everyone, this is Neil King from Random Acts of Cartooning, and I'm here at the Wagner Free Institute of Science, where they have an amazing amount of relics to draw. But first, okay, everyone, so the influence for this episode is found in my copy of The Best of Heavy Metal. I don't have a lot of heavy metal magazines. At the time, I feel like I may have been a little too young, and then it kind of passed me by. But one of the great names of heavy metal, and where a lot of people were turned on to him, is Moebius. And Moebius has this unbelievable style of line, but I think of it mostly having to do with his hatching and the way he can control his hatching. So he has a big contrasty style. The line weight is approximately always the same, but because of the way that he uses his hatching, he can really manipulate space. So whenever I'm drawing something just with a pen, I can't help myself but try to use my hatching, but not as great as Moebius. All these beautiful images that he creates, just line, really interesting, all kinds of marks. There's some stippling going on in here. But as you can see, he's just a master at creating depth of field and interest in a character. That contrast between that hatched background and then this stippled face. Master illustrator. Big influence of mine. Anytime I draw, I think about Moebius and his strong line. So let's get back. Okay, everyone. So this is really a great opportunity for me as an illustrator and cartoonist to be able to look at different types of images, like you can think of them as still lifes, to just be able to draw. And I love drawing any type of, I like rocks and skulls and stuff. So whether it's dinosaur stuff or all kinds of different time periods, it's great to just be able to stand there and do it. So the Wagner Institute is really unique. It's this old style. It's like a 19th century setup, really scientific looking, and it just has one interesting image after the other. So I just have my pen, my ink pen. It's a fountain pen, and I just go in with my sketchbook, and I'm just trying to get some really nice, contrasty lines to build up to draw one of these skulls. So the idea here for me is I'm using a lot of hatching to build some of that texture. I had already drawn one side of a skull and the other side of that. So this episode, I'm just like showing little aspects of where I was for some of this because it's not total. I did like 3 different images on this spread. So the great thing about having that fountain pen is to be able to get in there and just see all the little detail of stuff that I would never have thought of with a skull like that. I would have simplified this as a cartoonist. And to be able to go in and see some of it, it's forcing me to say, well, this is really what happens in this area. So using the hatching and using thickness of line, I'm building some contrast so that people can see what's in front of what, and there's parts of that skull that'll pop out a little bit more. I'm also using just a little of a wash with a kind of a sepia tone, just a brown, to pop things on there. So I've made my way a little bit further, and I'm just really kind of making my way through it because I know I'm going to use that wash to make that a little bit more contrasty. It's a great image over there. Okay, everyone, as you know, I am a working cartoonist, so we are talking about the holidays right now. So don't forget to go to my Amazon site where you'll see some of my different types of books that I have. Strange Tales for Boys and Girls. That's an all ages book. Snowmen in the Springtime, all ages. Three little pigs in a blanket. These are all things that all kinds of kids would like. Limited color. This is a series that I did. The Deep End. Spaghetti Eddie with the meatball eyes. And My Parents Are Ninjas. That's kind of a 3 tandem thing that I had done. Also, I have more educational types of books. Who Stole All the Heads at the Met? Fun book. All kinds of art history. Then I have some more of my adult books. These were online books that I compiled as graphic novels. Kill Me or Die, Abbey in Hell, and Forbidden Planet. Different format, black and white interiors, lots of fun. And then my most recent, Shock, Let There Be Fright. Again, all the things that I'm doing, all my episodes, everything I'm doing here and all of my things, it's really about getting my books. So support me in the holidays and get to friends or someone in your family some of these books. Thanks. Okay, again, just kind of finishing up with the line. Nice close up there to see what we've got going. I'm trying to just keep, even though the hatches are going all over the place, I feel like in some respects, I feel like I'm trying to unite them by some consistent direction that they go in. So it doesn't look like hair, as you do your hatching. So to me, I'm just totally into all of that separate ability that you can see with the hatches and those marks. Gives it a nice texture. But even with this, going in with a little darker, you can see now how that orbit of that eye goes, you can see the 3 levels of it, close, medium, and far back, even though it's right on there. I think it's stylized a little bit. I'm a cartoonist, I can't help it. So here I am, and now I'm going in with this with my water pen, which is great not to have something else there with me. And I just have my basic Prang semi-moist watercolor set and just moving some little value in there. I feel like in this kind of thing, because the lighting's not perfect for something like this, I try to do as much as I can to bump up some of the areas that are supposed to be lighter and darker. And I just kind of finished that quickly. I'm almost done with this. It's a really great thing to be able to have just a quick second color that that you can just pull in there, and you get a good feeling for where it is. Right? And then this is just kind of, I'm going to show the book right after this, after I've shown this kind of part, finishing this specific one here. I did like a third image that I didn't actually film, but I got a close up of one of those, one of the skulls. And they have a lot of animal skulls and stuff. They have some more semi-ancient stuff, but it's really much more animals that you would see, cows or horses and different kinds of things. But it's really interesting to draw. And I just rarely get to see this kind of stuff. So this is a bigger indication of the whole look of it. Tried to show a little bit of where I'm coming from. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. A lot of fun. I'm going to go back many times to the Wagner Institute. And if you haven't been there, make sure you do it. It's in Philly. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next episode.